it's almost not a challenge when Richard's not here.
Hey! How's it going?
Yay, there's only three. Only three so far.
Oh, James is muted and not unmuting himself. Look.
And I was seeing some really interesting stuff there as well. It was all.
Oh, I knew it. I could feel it.
I'm so sorry. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening if you are watching live, and welcome to the Ideal Home Show, show number
110.
Show number 110. Show number 110. Tonight on the Ideal Home Show, we have guaranteed stuff. Guaranteed stuff. We have Squonk and Talk. We're definitely going to be talking about squonking, probably many squonking talks. We have got possibly a Rick's Mod showcase near the end. I should have maybe mentioned that near the end. I should have changed the running order of how I'm going to talk about things.
Like when they know you say they're going to have some strippers on Comic Relief, they never tell you when.
I should. Oh, next time Rich isn't here and I'm introducing the show, then I will say that. We're going to have some drama, some news and some drama. We're going to have some try of Tava. We're going to have some of that, and the big news for this evening is we will be revealing.
I thought you were going to say about the dress. I thought that's what you were going to say.
No, I didn't want to mention it. I thought maybe people would just go, there's Redneck John. But
yeah.
Look at the derriere on that. Beautiful man.
I was once told by a girl, you haven't got a plan.
Prime beef there, prime beef.
Absolutely, no burgers here. So yeah, so that's the running order for this evening's show. And like I said, the main news of tonight is the reveal, the big sexy reveal of our fifth Ohmie, who is waiting in the sidelines as we speak and looking beautiful.
Yes, he is.
Looking beautiful. Yes, he is.
He is a good-looking man. He's a good looker, isn't he?
Definitely a man.
It might not have been a man. It might have been a lady. It might have been a lady.
I know it's a man. What can we do? Should we do the run-up?
We like men, don't we? That's the thing. We like men.
We like men.
John likes men, especially. Don't you?
There's nothing wrong with liking men, is there?
Absolutely not. No.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you like men. I don't care if you like men in a manly kind of, men. I like spending time with men, or whether it's a kind of a not so manly way that you want to spend time with men.
That's still manly.
It's fine. How you wouldn't like that.
I like them all, whether they're givers or takers. I don't mind.
Yeah, not bothered. Whether the postman or the letterbox. Right. on that bombshell, I think we should start the wind up to the reveal. I think I've got it. I think what I'm going to say is, when Richard, Rick, and myself, after Craig had retired, were given the task to find a new Ohmie. We kind of always did. We went back and forth with names and suggestions and things like that. And there were two front runners who we really liked. And so we approached them both to do the show. And then, you see, we didn't really pick one, we picked two. And then we revealed James first.
This is true. This is all true.
And then we also picked this chap at the same time, and he's actually been in the background the whole time since we started doing this, really. Yeah, I think that's.
I mean, the main reason was we wanted to give James a chance to get some limelight.
Yeah.
Instead of bringing two on and being diluted. But I think we've still got to do
everybody to get their own little introduction to the world
of know James bit, though. I think.
Yeah, we're still got to get to know James a little bit more.
Yeah,
that's the key.
I've got so much.
And we'll get to know Andy.
Well, you have. I know you. We've got years of content with this, I reckon.
Absolutely. So I can see people are guessing in the thing, the back, in the side. So I think the first time we met this man was at Vape Jam this year, and he has been on the show before, and we liked him then, and we still like him now.
It's true.
I can't really think of anything else. So, without any further ado, I can introduce the 5th Ohmie. So there won't be 4th now, and there'll be 5, unless someone's on holiday or sick, and then there'll be 4 again. Or it might be 3 if we're on holiday or sick. But the 5th Ohmie is...
Hello, hello, hello.
He's got to unmute himself. Hey! Brad Poppington.
It's Bradley.
I almost forgot to unmute myself.
Only a fool would ever do that, Brad. Only a fool would ever do that.
Amateur hour, pal. Amateur hour.
Well, welcome to the team, Brad. We've been sitting on the bench for how many weeks? 5 weeks?
Yeah, a little while. Someone's got to keep the bench warm.
Yeah. I'm sure you've been chomping at the bit to come on and fill these people's lives with the wonders of South Africa and holes in mods.
He's been noticeably chomping at the bit. I must admit, he's been noticeably chomping at the bit. When he sent us that group text of, if there's anything I can do, just please. Anything I can do. I'm sitting here, I'm watching the show every Thursday. And it was Cullen. Remember how Cullen it was? It was the same text, but it was like, "Hi, mate," as if it was for you. It was Cullen. You remember that? Ideal Ohmie material, I thought. Good to have you, Brad.
Absolutely. Yes. So that now the full lineup is obviously now is as I said before, is 5. So we're all going to be here. The best thing we decided to do with hand checks, if you just take Fridays off work, everybody watches. Just take Fridays off. Just say. It's more of a 4-day week.
Hand check's going to go well into 4 a.m. now.
Yeah, no problem.
We're going to have to speed it up, aren't we? We're going to have to go quick.
What is the limit?
Yeah,
can we broadcast just indefinitely on YouTube? Is it just
yeah, it's just open unless it just falls off the air. Yeah, I'm sure YouTube will stop it after a while.
Excellent.
On that note, I think we should start off with the newest host, being Brad. Brad, how's your week been? What did you have for lunch? What are you vaping on? And I'm gonna get sorry. Right, how's your week been?
You've forgotten already.
Got it. Have you ever been in the activity play? And if so, which character did you play?
Week. I've survived the week. Let's call it that. I've been doing. I have been doing nothing but making very brightly coloured sawdust all week. I have got more particles of stabilized wood in my lungs than I ever had tar. So I've replaced smoking with breathing in sawdust rather than with vaping.
Oh, some rainbow sneezes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just sawdust, is it? It's acrylic dust.
Yeah.
It's all the really good stuff.
So every time I sneeze, it's like a unicorn fart.
Oh, Rosie's like that. She likes unicorns.
I am drinking. I'm on the brandy tonight.
Good man. I don't think we have had a short streak before.
Some swill that I found at the local. I can't read French, so I don't know what it is, but I actually thought it was whiskey that I was buying, but it turns out it's brandy. Someone's going to have to teach me to read French eventually.
Nah, don't bother.
Nah, it's not in dead language.
I thought that was massively popular in the UK, French.
Only because it's easy.
It's like Latin, it's dead. Nobody uses it.
Only because it's easy.
We use garage. That's one.
Weekend in garage. That's it.
That's it. Nobody. Fuck it.
And I'm vaping on the Vulcan one. I'm on a tube tonight.
Very good.
I am.
Do you know a website where you could buy that?
I might know one, but it's a little bit of a secret still.
Is it a secret?
I don't know.
I think
so few people know about it. It might as well be a secret.
Well, let's just fucking say it. That's what we do. You see, we set you up.
No, moddersgallery.com. My new little toy.
Moddersgallery.com.
Oh, you're a .com, Brad. Are you international?
Yeah. Well, I was cheeky. I took .com, .net, .org, .uk. I'm going to take it all.
Wow. That's Modders Gallery dot everything then. Just put in Modders
Exactly.
Gallery dot and then whatever you think the suffix should be.
Whatever the hell you choose, it'll come to me. We
Awesome.
hope, anyway.
Okay, excellent, excellent.
Oh,
Need
he's
to
not
find a
messing
dot
about,
China
Brad.
still.
Not messing about.
And what was my question?
Have you ever been in the? Were you ever in a nativity play? And if you were, who did you play?
Yes, I was. I was the only non-speaking role in the entire play. Even
Were you an animal?
even the rocks and the plants and everything could be trusted to talk, except for the baby Jesus.
Were you baby Jesus?
I was baby Jesus, and I was told
I am
not
chuffed
allowed-
with my own question.
I was not allowed to talk because they knew I would fuck it up.
It's the accent, isn't
the
it?
second comic. How old were you at the time?
A lot older than I should have
you-
been. I was
That you could speak. The baby Jesus generally is a baby.
I was 13.
Wow, that's a.
You must have made a
big-
mess of Mary's fanny at 13. Fucking hell.
Basically,
Mary's
there
just
was
given birth.
There was a crib around my
To a
head, and I
fucking
stood
8-stone
on the
baby.
stage with this crib over my head.
Fucking with a beard.
What are you vaping on, Brad? What you got?
The
You said already.
yeah, the Vulcan,
Is that all you're vaping on? Just the one?
the Vulcan, and my one, of course.
Hey, and what's in that?
There it is.
What's
This
in that on that?
I have got premise reason in that one.
Oh, very good, very good, very good.
One of the
Can
big
you buy
bottles.
that anywhere? Any websites in the UK you can buy that from?
Yeah, I can get it from your website. The
No, you can't.
Address?
You can't. We don't sell premise. You can't. We don't sell premise, but I do know a company that does.
you don't.
Where can I get that, John? I quite like the look of that.
I thought you'd got it. I thought you'd got it on the mod
Oh.
showcase.
Yes, I do. Sorry, I'd forgotten.
Yeah, fucking hell! He's throwing fucking easy balls. Knock him out of the park. you fucking-
It's amateur hour, yeah, pal. I'll get used to it eventually.
It's all right. Whenever we ask you a question like that, it's leading, and we want you to say the company. You
Yeah,
work for.
and I was trying to return it straight back to you.
Yeah, did away. We don't sell it. But yeah, that's cool. Thank you. Right.
I'm
Right.
going to return the
Pass it on.
favour and throw mine to Ohmie number 4, James.
Hello.
They're not the same on everybody's screen.
Oh, right. I'm going
Oh, only
in
number 4. Oh, sorry,
chronologically
sorry.
number 4.
Chronological order.
Chronologically number 4. How are you doing?
He's
What
actually number 6, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say he's number 6, really.
number 6? Oh, yeah. So that makes me number
That makes
7.
you number 7 though, Brad.
I like number 7.
I mean, or 7.
Yeah. What are you vaping on? What did you have for breakfast? And when last... I didn't think of a question today.
That's fine. That's just funny. That's we never do.
Yeah.
That's why it's always
When last did you have rice for lunch?
Okay. Thanks, Brad. Welcome to the team. It's great having you here.
Thanks, mate.
I've had a good week. It's Christmas build-up week, isn't it? So it's exciting in our house. We're all Christmas. We've got all of the Christmas goodies. So the fridge is full of extraordinary. It's normally full with pretty tasty stuff, but it's full with extraordinarily tasty stuff. But I went on a beer run yesterday and got just a pile year high of lager in trays and bottles. I got a couple of bottles of new Moretti, Toscana and Siciliana. And they look especially tasty. I want to save them for most Christmas Day. I'm quite looking forward to that because I like a Moretti. I'm a lager drinker. You know, I'm not one of these IBA kind of.
You don't like the bitter
Do
stuff?
you find, I don't know about anybody else, but do you find it's the only time of year my wife actively encourages me to put booze in the trolley? We were in the supermarket the other day and she was like, do you want to just chuck a case of punk in there? And I went, no, it's 12 and there's your brother and your dad. And she went, that's not enough, is it? It's not enough. It's yes.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done. So we did that. I mean, I went on I wasn't just chucking some stuff in the trolley. I went Tesco's and Sainsbury's, specifically on a beer run. Oh, and Aldi. I went to 3 supermarkets for a specific beer run.
You must have a very big fridge.
Because they're not all chilling quite now. My pantry is chock-a-block full. I've got some of them 4-packs, and they are the teetering. You've got to be careful when you go in there. If you want the pickles, you've got to.
I think it's really sweet that Brad thinks you've got a fridge. In the north, they don't. They're like it's like a little.
Any idea?
The back door.
And you just put it.
They just put it outside. They just put it outside in the brick shithouse, don't they?
I live in the north, not the dark ages. We have a perfectly functioning fridge freezer.
We were here when you started the generator for your internet.
It's noisy, isn't it? Noisy. So yeah, it's been a good week. It's the Christmas run. I'm super excited for Christmas. I love Christmas. I've always loved Christmas. When you grow a little, and you love Christmas even more.
We can tell by the freaking light show you have going on your back wall.
This is nothing. This is absolutely. This is minor light show.
Are you one of the outside lighty people as well?
I'm not an outside light. I'll be honest with you. I'd love it to be an outside lighty people person, but you can't have them round here. They'll get whipped. And not just that. If they don't steal them, they'll plug something into it and to be charging their iPhones.
Steal electricity.
They'll just steal the lucky. I had to steal the lucky. So no, I haven't got it out, but I would. Believe me, I would be an out. So I'm a big light person. I like light. Anyway, so yes, I've had a good week. It's been a good week. Good run for Christmas week. What am I vaping? I am vaping as I always vape. I'm vaping on the Logos with the Viper and the whistle on the top. I've got RY Nutzilla in there at the minute, which I'm enjoying tremendously. It's a nice easy vape, and it was very tasty. I'm vaping that at the minute, and I am also vaping on the Chris Scott McKenzie mods Keo with a Typhon on top. And in there, I've got some of Simon Sawyer's Strawberry Fields secret recipe that hasn't been released, and you can't possibly know about it. And it is almost the last of it, and it has been delicious. I've also been vaping this week. I got a thing from Rich. I got a Vic back, and I've been vaping on the Nudge RDA, which is crazy. It's a crazy addy. I'm normally apart from the Typhon there, but I'm normally 14 milli, and I'm normally kind of muted colours, stainless steel or whatever, and that is 24 milli. It's not stainless steel, it's made of red tinfoil. It's made of aluminium. It's dead lightweight. It's dual coil only, and it is crazy airy and cloudy for me. In comparison to a semi-closed off Viper, it is an absolute monster beast. So I don't know whether, to be honest with you, because Rich Vic knows, he knows how I vape, and
welcome to the cloud side. And
I'm not sure if he's troll. It's like whether it's like a vape and present troll, or something like that. But anyway, you know what? I'm using it now, and I'm sticking to it. It's a bit tricky to build on, or I found it a little bit tricky to build on so far. I've got the stock coils in there. It comes at about 0.1 or 0.13 or something like that, which is mental low for me as well. But I'm going to stick with it, and I think I'm going to stick it on something other than I've had it on the Keo, but I need something else where it'll actually look groovy on, and that's what I've been vaping this week.
You need a bright blue mech, pal.
I need something. I don't know about bright blue. The thing is, with it being bright red, it looks a little bit like a dog's cock. I don't know. I don't know how to tone it down. I'm not really a coloured vaping, but I know I'm black and I'm white.
You need a what they call Petri or whatever. One of those.
The dot mod, yeah, it's like the dot mod.
Yeah.
Blue. That's good.
But I want to stick with it, and I'm going to because I do occasionally clamour for a cloud, as they say. So that's.
I think this is probably perfect. I might send this to you actually. It's little and blue, but it's cloudy for you, but not cloudy.
That's much smaller. Can you single coil that?
No.
That's the thing. I'm normally a 2 in the Viper. I put a 2 milli internal diameter coil. Comes out around 1.2. They are big coils in the nudge, big coils in the nudge. But it's designed by Matt from.
It's all, but then I pick up one. There's so next to me. Oh well, I don't want to spoil my hand check, but there's stuff that's mouth along and stuff that's long. I don't know why people feel they've got to be one or the other. You do what the fuck you want.
No. I do get the occasional, like I said, the occasional clamour for a big cloud, but it gives us a head spin on 3 milligram. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Not really it.
So that's what I've been vaping on. That's my week's been. What am I drinking? I've just cracked open. I'm drinking a lager. I've cracked open a Bavaria. And that's all right. It's a beer from Holland. I quite like it. And what was your order there for breakfast? I don't have breakfast, Brad. I don't have breakfast. Do you know what's it? For lunch, I had a sandwich for lunch.
I think it was. When was the last time we had rice for lunch?
Oh yes, it was. Yes,
because the Rice King isn't here.
Yes, was the last time I had rice for lunch. You said for lunch, didn't you? Sorry, yes.
But he's no longer the Rice King, is he? He's turned into a Potato King recently.
He does like a carb though, doesn't he? He likes carbs. Last time I don't know whether I've ever had rice for lunch. I had rice for tea right recently. I did on Sunday evening for dinner, like supper dinner late.
We don't give a shit about that. Stick to the fucking question. When do you have rice for lunch?
When did I have rice for?
You can say 1987 if you wish.
Yeah, it's fine.
It must be the 30s, 90s. I don't know. I've never had rice for lunch.
Where have you been?
What do you think?
What places have you travelled to? I know I've had rice for lunch. If I was in Thailand, I'd have rice for lunch.
I had rice for breakfast in Thailand.
Yeah, have rice for every damn meal.
I haven't been to Thailand.
That's why you haven't had rice for lunch.
I see an Ohmie trip to Thailand coming.
Yeah, man, that'd be fucking awesome. We'd all get arrested instantly because it's illegal to vape there, but still, we'd have a laugh. We'd go to Cambodia. You can still vape there. Don't give a shit. Just give the policeman £1. He'll fuck off.
No, I honestly don't think I've ever had rice for lunch.
No.
Okay. Why didn't you? If I'd have had what were your last? What were you ever in the nativity? I could have went. Oh, I was in the nativity. I was in the nativity. I'll give you a nativity answer. But rice.
No, we don't want that.
Yeah, no. You want rice for lunch, and I haven't got rice for lunch answers for you. I'm afraid.
I'm glad that I tossed you for a 6, pal.
It was worth it. All worth it.
I'm sorry. I don't
pass that bad boy on, James.
I'm sorry that I haven't had rice for lunch. Tomorrow. When I've
Are you having rice for lunch? That's your answer.
Okay, Rick. Good evening. How's your week been? Hope it's been good. What are you vaping on? What are you drinking? I love your baubles. And you asked me a music question last week, Rick, so I'm going to return the favour to you. What, if any, because, sometimes you ask these questions and you won't necessarily have an answer for them. So what, if any, guilty pleasures do you have music-wise? Something that you wouldn't normally tell people? Do you have any musical guilty pleasures? So how's your week been? What are you vaping on? What are you drinking? And do you have a guilty pleasure music-wise?
Yeah, well, week's been good. It's been a bit of a wind down this week. Quite a bit of a rush at the start. People are realising now they're not going to see their orders if they buy now, so don't bother ordering. I think if you want it before Christmas now,
order away.
We're still posting out tomorrow until lunchtime.
Don't expect it till the new year because Royal Fail ain't working till January.
Yeah, in between it will get there, but no, it's been quite nice. We've had a couple of drinks out, and just winding down quite nicely now. Yeah, it's good. Looking forward. Tomorrow's last day, half a day. And then I'm going to the pub tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be nice.
I'm doing exactly the same, man. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to try not to stay up too late tonight, so I'm not too done in for tomorrow afternoon. But 2 o'clock, I'll be in the pub. So
that sounds like a fabulous idea.
I got these off of. I got a present from Carly. I've got to mention Carly at work. Carly and Tony. they bought me the drinks I'm drinking, so I'll lead into that. I've got some Beavertown drinks, got some neck oil and another type of beer that there's a present for me, and these beard baubles, lovely beard baubles. So thanks, Carly. And I got some beard moisturizer and conditioner, which is I used yesterday after I was having my bath.
I thought your beard was looking rather shiny,
lovely and soft. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
like a well-aged lion's mane.
Well-aged. Yeah,
there's a lot of grey in there.
I often get comments of how soft it is. The ladies like to have a little feel and go, "Oh, it's really soft." So yeah, that's my week. What am I vaping on? Right, I'll start off with my normal. I've got my normal setup here. I'm going quick. Squonker with a goon on top with Voodoo Brew in that one. I got this one out again because I reckon it's still worthy of a good shout. And I was talking to him today, and this is the Screen Mods series Squonker with the goon on top.
Lovely. Seen a few of those landing this week as well, and it's great to see them all getting in as well.
They really are a great mod for the size. I mean, he's also I don't know if I'm allowed to say or not, but he's working on a parallel one that will be the same footprint as that. So
yeah, I was with him today going over those files.
Yeah, yeah.
The parallel looks really, really cool.
I think there's a lot of people are going to want the parallel. We all like the sync. We all like the lower voltage. So to have them in parallel is even better. Which also almost perfectly leads me on to my newest mod that I got, which is this little thing. Got this week.
So fantastic. Just brilliant.
It's fucking marvellous, man. Eddie at Darwin Mods has made 3 of these. Mr. Todd got number 1, and I've got number 2. And it's a quad battery parallel mod. And do you know what? It sits in my living room on the sofa, and I changed the batteries tonight, but I haven't changed them since the weekend. It just lasts forever. I've got my normal build in it. I've only got a 0.15 in it, but so it's not much cloudier than a mech or my Squonker. Same build in all of them, and it's great.
There's just something special about that.
It really is. The machining on this is great. And Eddie's put a video up actually. If you go and have a look on Darwin Mods, he's put a video up of the making of these. It shows how he made every single part. I think it's about 40 minutes long.
It is, yeah. I watched it.
Yes,
yesterday. I watched it. Yeah.
It's an interesting watch, and it's a unique thing. And I'm proud as punch to own one, and it'll never leave me. And
unlike, I will say, it's kind of got quite a. I do like Eddie's sense of humour with the name, the Beagle, because obviously Beagle doesn't have a good name in British history because the last thing called Beagle slammed into Mars on Boxing Day, didn't it? So it's quite good.
No idea.
Oh yes, I assume that's what it's. You'll have to tell us, but I assume it's named after the Mars Explorer made by the Open University.
Is that what it? Oh, we'll have to ask him.
That got fired. That landed. Well, it didn't land. It just sort of slammed into Mars.
Well, I think if this mod slammed into Mars, Mars would be a goner.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Todd did
a
quick review on it with the batches in. It's just shy of a kilogram. So I'm getting ripped. You know, look.
Wow.
Yeah. Just from using this mod.
Nice.
Remember the change arms, though, Rick. Remember the change arms. 10 talks on one arm, 10 talks on the other arm.
Yeah, I should really. Yeah. Oh, it's a bit. Oh, I can't lift it that one. But
no, my
right arm's always been stronger. You know, what can I say? But yeah, in that, what am I vaping in that? Oh, I'm vaping in that. Oh, I haven't told you what I'm vaping in these things, have I? I've got Dr. Frost watermelon ice in my Screen Mods. That's really nice. Really like this Dr. Frost juice. Very, 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 very nice. And actually, I've got a Met going as well. I've got my Ruby on the go. And in that, I've got some juice from a lovely guy in Greece from, let me look it up. I'm going to get it wrong. He's got a vape shop in Greece called Royal Vape E-Cigs. And he sent me through just a couple of juices to try.
Wait, I just say Todd's just said that the Beagle's named after the boat, which was Darwin's. That's very good. Okay, that's fine. Yes.
Okay.
That makes a lot more sense.
I've got this number 4 of the originals. There's 5 of these ones, and this is a pomegranate cream, and it's quite nice. So thanks ever so much for sending me that. John, is that my question? Yeah, I suppose what I'm drinking. That's everything, isn't it? Yeah. John, how's your week been?
No.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Guilty
I thought I
pleasure.
got away with that then.
Guilty pleasure music, Rick. Guilty pleasure music.
Oh, I'm going to make myself look sad here, but you know what? I don't care. I don't care what people
It's
think of me.
Christmas. It's Christmas.
I have got some guilty pleasures. I grew up listening to music with my mum and dad. They'd play music, and I quite like listening to that sometimes. So I like things like Elton John.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with Elton
What
John,
about
mate.
earlier? Tiny Dancer. Or Saturday
I don't
Night's
like
Alright
Tiny-
for Fighting. That's still a good song.
I don't like Tiny Dancer. We just take the mickey out of that one, but I quite like things like Daniel and I actually really, you're going to really think
Rocket
I'm sad
Man.
now. I really like Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me.
Yeah, I really do think you're sad.
Especially the one with George Michael singing with it.
That's great. I love that one with George Michael.
like
I
it.
bet you like singing along to it too.
It's a fantastic song. I love it. It's not gay
My
at all.
favourite, I think my favourite one of his is the one he did for Gandhi when Gandhi died. Sandals in a Bin. I think that's
Oh, God.
it's
Here we
tough,
go.
isn't it?
I know, I like Candle in, I like Candle in the Wind as well. That's
Come on, it's funny. Sandals in a Bin is funny.
yeah, that's one of my guilty pleasures. I've got to say is Elton John and things like the Carpenters. There's even some Carpenters.
Oh,
I like. Mamas and the Puppers. I grew up listening to that. I like some of that. But yeah, there's a few odd things in there, and I quite often stick a weird CD on in the car if I've got a long drive and listen to some really cheesy crap.
Yeah, you're too cool. You're too cool, Rick. They're not particularly good. I think they're just music I listen to. So guilty pleasures my ass. Anyway, so,
I got away with that. Okay, cool. John, how's your week been? What did you have for lunch? What are you vaping on? And what time do you wake up in the morning?
Well, what?
What time do you wake up in the morning usually?
Oh, that's a good question. I like it. Week's been it's been really busy. It's been really, really busy. So we had a new release this week at work from Coil Vapes, Sweet Pea, and then like late on Sunday, Monday, we'd already signed a new supplier and it shipped, and so yes, it's been crazy, but great, but good fun, and it's been really good because this sounds really stupid, but when people have been writing messages on the bottom of their orders, on their comments saying Merry Christmas and stuff, and it does make the day go a little bit quicker. People are very nice and have thanked us for stuff over the year, and that's been really, really good. What did I have for lunch? Oh, I'll tell you what I had for lunch. I had me and my friend Nick, who is a wonderfully crazy woman. We created something called the sandwich, like years ago, which you go into the sandwich shop and ask for.
Oh, it's actually a sandwich then. It's not some act when you're drunk or something.
No.
Okay.
But it's called the sandwich for a reason. It started. We used to go to gigs on a Thursday night. We'd go and see live band and get a bit pissed up, and then have to go to work the next day and feel like shit. And so the sandwich was the cure for that. And Shelley and I went out for Mrs. John and I went out for a drink last night, and and so I found myself in the sandwich shop ordering the sandwich, and the sandwich is chicken, sausages, stuffing, and cranberry sauce. Oh, that's the sandwich. Really good. Oh, and bacon. Sorry, bacon in there as well.
James, just so that you're aware, that is a ham salad sandwich.
Because, but hold the egg. I know there's no egg in there.
There's bacon, which is the ham, chicken, stuffing. That's the salad material.
Yep. So yeah, that's almost like it's like pigs in blankets, and you borderline Christmas. You approach.
Yeah, that was the kind of idea. But I don't want turkey in a sandwich. Turkey's dry as fuck, so I didn't want.
It's only dry if you haven't cooked it right.
Yeah, same with chicken.
Yeah,
same
but
with chicken.
sandwich shop.
Just
Why are you saying it to me?
Turkey,
I don't give a
just
shit.
big chicken, John.
It's the sandwich shop.
Big chicken.
I don't give a shit.
Big chicken, John.
I
Just
will
big chicken.
Right. So that was that. Fuck you guys. I finish this beer so I can open another one. All right. Right. So what am I vaping on? There was a point to that.
And what are you drinking as well? I didn't ask you that, but I've got to ask.
Well, that one, right.
You've not mentioned
That
your
was-
haircut either, John. You've been to get for a trim.
I'm wearing a dress. You don't have to mention
You're wearing a dress, but you've had the haircut. The haircut is also noticeable that you've been.
We don't want you to get sensitive because no one
Vietnam
noticed.
or something like that. You've maybe been to the Native American hairdressers in the high street. It's got to be good. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a bit rubbish about getting. I don't like getting my haircut at all. I quite like getting it like as long and stupid as possible.
I like it when you got your Kramer hairdo. I like it.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
do you not find it, getting your haircut's quite an intimate experience? You've got another. I mean, I presume it was a man. Was it a man who cut your hair? Did you?
I'm often intimate when I cut my own hair.
Gareth.
Pardon?
Gareth is my hairdresser.
Oh, you've got a man.
I have a man hairdresser.
Is he a manly man?
I don't really get the. He's a drum and bass DJ. Is Gareth? That's what he does.
Oh, cool.
I've got friends who get a bit who have a who book the same haircut every time because they like getting their hair washed by a woman. That's why that's like part of it. I don't.
I wish I had hair. I really do. They do it with beards, I think. You can get a woman to wash your beard.
You can get paid anything out of it to have your beard rubbed now. Yeah. There's a mall here in London which is paying people £30 an hour to stand in the middle of the shopping mall and have strangers come and rub your beard.
I would do that for £30 an hour.
If I could grow a beard, I'd be earning £30 an hour.
Well, that sounds all right to me.
You could totally get your beard washed in a hairdresser's or in a.
Why are there any homeless people up there? Fucking hell! If I was homeless, I'd just grow a beard, go and get my beard rubbed. Job done.
Exactly.
It's not the same when a man is standing on the street with a piece of cardboard saying, "Get your beard rubbed."
No, but you
rub my beard. £50.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd do if I was up there on the street. I'd have a beard.
What was I doing? Yeah. So no, I don't find the hairdressing thing very. It's not an intimate experience for me. I better talk about vaping. It'll be interesting.
I don't mean whoa. I don't mean intimate as in for you. I just mean you've got a man in very close proximity to yourself. You know what I mean? It's and you're sitting in the chair and he's standing and the crotch is just kind of here and then it's here and then it's quite. I'm not super mad for getting me haircut. I don't know. I think it's quite an intimate experience, and you share that.
I don't find it. No, I'm going to disagree. No, I don't. That's just a thing I have to do because my wife tells me, your hair's getting a bit crazy. Whereas I just think, fuck it, I don't mind it. It's fine.
And you don't mind just sitting in the chair, and you're quite helpless. You've got the cape around your neck. Your arms are tucked in down here. You've got a man. He's got scissors, sharp things. He's round about here. And I don't know. There's something about it which kind of. I'm not entirely comfortable with it. I don't know whether I
don't mind. I don't like it. If it was me, in all honesty, if you told me there was a guy who was really for me, it would be speed. I'd want to get my hair cut in about 10 minutes and leave. Currently, it takes about 40 minutes, and I don't give a shit. I just want to get it done and go. I don't care about the whole thing. I'm not interested in it. No, not interested in the haircuts. What was I going to do? Right, vaping. We've got to talk about vaping. I will do a weird hand check. Oh, beer. You fucking hell. I was drinking Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Oh yeah, I've had that one. I've had that. That's all right, isn't it? It's all right.
Like for Marks and Spencer's. But the reason I drank it, got rid of the end of it, was because I got my Secret Santa at work the other day, and it was a 4-pack of punk IPAs.
Hey.
And some fancy coffee. I can't remember where it's from, but I haven't. I have a fancy machine with a hopper on the top, and I'm waiting for the hopper to empty so I can fill it up with fancy coffee. But I will drink my. It was the Just Had Nick and Vaping Emporium Christmas dinner on Friday. So I went to Ipswich. Thank you, Simon, for the vaping product thing. So we had like a packed out private room upstairs. So I don't even know how many staff he's got. 15. So it was good fun. Lots of shrieking. Cool. Girls like shrieking a lot. I found out that night. A bit out of touch with that kind of thing. I am vaping on my Abstract Mods Dacus Switchfoot Squonker with
Beautiful.
carrot cake by a pistol in it, which is very nice. Oh, I'm going to save this next thing for the news, but I'll say what it's in. Fucking look, it's camouflage. Next thing is my CSM mods. CSM mods. I did it. It's as bad as fucking Chris Scott
McKenzie.
My clicker.
McKenzie, of course.
By Chris Scott mods. And in that, well, I'll tell you what is in that in a minute. I haven't posted this up yet, but I'll do it in my news bit. I'm going to tell you who our newest liquid is, so I'm not going to hold that up. And on top of that is the Goon. And I will say it's delicious. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. And last but by no means least is the Phobic mods. Look at that.
They're all right, those, aren't they? They're not bad, those.
Lovely. No, there's not even anything in this. I use this. This is in my hand all day, every day. And on top of that is the Origin Little with what have I got now? Oh, 45 milligram custard fucking cactus punch.
Nice.
He was a bit disappointed that Cactus Punch or Cactus Jackie was not on the Just Have Nick It's Back. So somebody noticed earlier and they tried to make my afternoon even longer, but I did it and it's gone. What was the last question, Rick?
Are you an early riser?
What time
do you generally wake up and get up in the morning?
That's really, there's a difference between wake up and get up.
Both
Times,
roughly.
Generally, wake up about 6:30 every morning. I log out of Facebook every night because I cannot. I sleep for about 5.5 hours every night, so I do need to sleep. So I log out. So I log back in at 6:30 in the morning, read everything that I've missed. Then I read the BBC News, and then I generally have a little nap, and then I wake up at about. So I generally fuck about on the internet till about 7:30. Then I have a half an hour nap, and then I get out of bed at 8. And I go downstairs.
That's almost the same as me. I wake up at silly o'clock, turn the phone on or the tablet, and answer a few messages, and then try and get another half hour's nap before getting up.
Yeah, that's basically what I do. Yeah, try and do that. Normally, my darling wife wakes me up at like 6 o'clock because she gets up earlier than me. Yeah, I'm going to ask someone else to do their news first.
Well, we got a new section we're going to do, aren't we? We're going to do a little quick section of questions.
Okay. Could you pause that?
Questions for Brad.
Just go for something else because I've got to try and work out how to go for a piss in this dress.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to have a new, just like the getting to know James. We're going to have a questions for Brad section. I think to get to know Brad.
To me,
excellent.
Yeah. We're just going to have a single question each week, and I mean, I've got one lined up here, and what we all love this woman. She made lovely music, and I'd like to ask Brad, what's your favourite album by Amy Winehouse?
Album by Amy Winehouse.
Yeah,
she make albums.
She did. She made one album.
Only made one.
As far as I know, she made one famous album. You must. Do you not know Amy Winehouse?
I'm sure that was Back in Black or something.
Yeah, Back to Black.
Back to Black. That's it. Back to Black.
I've got a question for you as well, Brad.
Yeah.
What? It's another music-related one. What was Sean Ryder's band after Happy Mondays?
You're revealing your age here, James, and I think I'm revealing my lack of age. Who the fuck is Sean Ryder?
You don't know
what the hell is Happy Mondays?
You don't know who Happy Mondays is?
No, mate. I'm fucking spring chicken in the room here.
How old are you, Brad? I can't remember.
32.
That is no excuse for not knowing who the Happy Mondays are.
Isn't it?
I think I've got a brainwave here.
Next question.
That Black Grape.
Yeah.
It was Black Grape.
And that would have been banned in South Africa because it had the word black in it.
Really?
Oh yeah, mate, they
I like
banned
the
all
fact he
sorts of
just
music.
completely faked that, but he's really watching chat where everyone in the world is typing black.
Yeah,
vape,
exactly.
Black vape.
Thanks, chat.
All right. then.
Ryan Dawes just went with kick him off. Go. Next question.
Next.
Next question.
Are we continuing with the questions?
Got to find an answer to the question. Somebody, come on, somebody.
Okay, we're on to the next section, which is
It's a shambles without Rich. It's a shambles without Rich.
It is. We're going to go back to the news in a second. Right. So the next question is getting to know James. What is the question for getting to know James, Rick?
Me, I just asked Brad one. All right, James. If you're walking down the path and there's a you know, one of those drains like the ones that's got SV on them, are you the sort? Will you step on it?
Yes.
Getting to know James. Getting to know all about James.
Right,
Oh,
John,
that's brilliant.
give us some news. Come on.
Let's have some news, please.
Let's go for the news. Let's go for the news. Right. Okie dokie. I've got a couple of things here. Let me just go to the first one. Right. This is actually really, really. The Times printed this, and I think it's amazing. Right. Fuck off. Right. This is incredible when you think of this was written in the Times. It really is. So the headline was, "Don't let this British success go up in smoke." What? Imagine if Britain led the world in a new electronic industry, both in production and consumption. If independent British manufacturers had a worldwide reputation for innovation and quality, were based mainly in the north and were exporting to Asia, and that this innovation was saving lives on a huge scale while saving consumers over £100 billion so far. All of this is true of electronic cigarettes. Britain leads the world at vaping. We have taken to it more enthusiastically than any other nation, consuming more than twice as many e-cigarettes as the average European country. There is a thriving manufacturing industry here, even exporting from Blackburn to China. It's probably the fastest growing industry in the country. I think that's fucking amazing that was in the Times. Not very long ago at all.
It does seem awfully cheerful for the Times.
It does seem awfully cheerful for the Times. Do you know what though? But once you've made once a paper the size of the Times has made a comment like that, it's undeniable what's been done by British industry, and it is. I know I fucking bang this drum a lot, but fuck me, let's not rest on our laurels. I think it's fantastic that some of the mod makers, Brad being one of them. I remember I told you before.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my passport in the post.
Yeah, British. Yeah, the mods coming out of Britain are absolutely incredible, and they really, really are. I think there's a sad lack of innovation when it comes to the 2 mil TPD compliant rebuildable tanks. I think there's a fucking open goal there for somebody with the industry experience to really take advantage of that. I think it'd be absolutely huge. Where are the British drippers? Where the fuck are they this year? Come on, this is crazy. Let's see something come out of Britain. It'd be fantastic. It really would. I'm sure
It'll come out of Britain and be copied somewhere else, wouldn't it? Straight away.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's but the tank thing is really, as a tank user, I think it's we've led the world in previous years. Fucking let's get it done. Let's get it done.
I'll bring one out. I'll bring one out next year. I'll bring an Atty out.
Bring one out 2 mil.
I've got one designed. I've got a dripper designed.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's fucking see it.
Yeah,
because I'm incredibly proud that the impact that Britain has made in vaping, and we've got now the rules are sort of defined. take advantage of that. You're not going to have to guess. They're all there.
We like to complain about our government, don't we, and things like that, but they're actually not walking on us like other governments are.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will, given half the chance and given.
They'll want their money. They'll want their money, but they're not going to blatantly lie about the health benefits and things like that, and they don't seem to be yet.
No. I'm just going to quickly. Nobody's got this in theirs. They haven't got this in their news. So I was just going to say, because Gary made a good point the other day, Mr. Gary Dibley, after I shut the comments on a post. We'd actually seen it. I'm not going to go into it. There was a blatant trademark rip-off from, and they'd ripped off a company who are very well known. I worked in retail for years, and they're very well known as being very litigious. So you are fucked if you stop this product. And it was a blatant copy of some well-known chocolate bars or candy, if you're American or stupid. Bars. And they were nicked. And Gary said these things. The other thing they do is they make their argument really, really difficult. When you're sitting with the government, if a paper picks that up and prints it, it says, "Oh, they're playing for kids." Fucking. What ammo have we got? Yeah. You're fucked if you're selling that garbage.
Yeah, it makes it really difficult, doesn't it? When you're looking at, it's not just the name, it's the branding, it's the selection box one was serious as well. That I saw it.
I know, Rick talks about it. It was at somebody had them at Expo.
Yeah.
It was Cloudberries, wasn't it?
That's right. It was jump, wasn't it?
Downright lazy.
Exactly. That's exactly the word I wanted to hear as well, Brad. It is fucking lazy.
Yeah.
We often see things. If you're somebody who retails stuff, or or in any way, you wouldn't touch it with a fucking barge pole because it's lazy as fuck.
It's not just
it just relies on intellectual property, because the juice is probably really a bit shit, and they're relying on something else to sell it. And if they made a good juice and gave it a name, it's fucking alien spunk, it would still do well if it was a good juice.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing.
They can't be asked to market it properly, can they? That's the thing.
My other issue with this was, and I don't know, I might blindside myself with this, but I'm going to go for it. With Brad and Rick, and with Handlebar as well, Vaping Elixir. Do you know what? It's actually the things that keep you interested are building your brand and marketing.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a fun. It's a challenge to do those things.
It's a game.
And so watch somebody just fucking try and nick somebody else's marketing. I just think that's you're missing the point. It's so much more rewarding if you do it yourself. It really is.
I think people do it, one, because they're lazy, and because they think from the onset that, I can get away with this.
Yeah.
What's the point?
The losing what is essentially one of the fun elements of. For me, anyway, what is one of the fun elements of doing that sort of thing? I enjoyed that building. A
lot of people because
the making a label,
we touched on this last week, James.
The childish element of drawing something up. I enjoy that. I mean,
James is the designer of Cactus Punch, which was our flavour of the year for the Ohmies, and James made that label. So this label that's in front of everybody and they're always seeing all the time, that's James, and that's amazing.
I get such a. I mean, Mark White with his lemon crack. I knocked him up a label last Saturday afternoon, and it was dead good fun. It was a simple label. It was like a kind of a 60s hippie poster kind of event sort of poster thing. That was kind of the vibe. Because originally it said Mark White's. It was like almost like a bill. It was Mark White's lemon crack in 3 different fonts sort of thing. And I knew he wouldn't go for the Mark White bit, and he instantly made us get rid of that. So we kind of lost that element a little bit, but it was such good fun drawing that for a couple of days.
It's such a short-term thing, isn't it? They're putting these brands out there.
It's money making immediate. That's where it is. It's cashing in. It's money making.
I hope they don't get
lazy. It's all
they get rid of it.
But I worked in logo design for years, and it's a great buzz building a brand and a logo, and it's something that you're actually proud of. they've got no pride in their product if they haven't got any branding that they're proud of. Is the way I see it.
Yeah, it's just it's just ridiculous. Go on to the next thing. Because we're insane and we're stupid, and I don't seem to like not being at work. I'm back to work the day after Boxing Day. Now I can tell you what's actually in this, and this is an exclusive to just that Nick. It is exclusive to just that Nick, but it's exclusive to the Ideal Home Show because I haven't actually made a post yet, but I will do. This is what is going on the site on Boxing Day. On Boxing Day afternoon, we're going to be selling Casadega, and we're going to be selling Can Only Be One. This has been such a long time in the making. I did the build up months ago, and sadly it didn't come off, but it has come off now. I've got Can Only Be One, I've got Can Only Be Reserve, and Can Only Be Mine. So the cannoli, cannoli, that fantastic Italian fried dough dessert filled with cream. That is the first one. I've had to kind of nick his descriptions. Can Only Be Reserve. This Can Only Be One with a decadent chocolate chip. And Can Only Be Mine is it's a cannoli with a decadent strawberry layered with the cream in the pastry. We picked up John and Nathan and Can Only Be One because I'm really good friends with Josh, who ran Vape Pipe. And Vape Pipe was the were the distributor for Cannoli Casadega in the UK, and I really wanted to bring Casadega back because since Vape Pipe closed, there was no UK branch for this. So we're going to be doing it in the same way we always do it, in concentration kits. From next Jack Rabbit Slim has said, can I do that in my American accent? I don't know. Well, he's from New Jersey. I can't do that. But I can say we're going to have Can Only Be One from 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock on Boxing Day next week, which is next Tuesday. And I'm going to be back at work on Wednesday, and we'll pack the whole fucking lot and put it in the post, and you'll get it. That's what I'm going to do.
I'll just jump in, John. You've frozen there for a second. I've said this before. It's going to sound a little bit sycophantic, but it's a big score getting Casadega, getting the cannoli. It's good. It's got a massive fan base, and it will just fly off. I've got a feeling it's going to just fly off the shop. It's hard to get in this country. I think it's a little tricky to get. To get a concentrate it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I think you've done a cracking job bringing that in with your Nick. And that's it. A little bit like I'm tickling your balls, but I think you've done a cracking job there bringing that in. I really do.
Any other day that comment would have flown under the radar, but while he's wearing a dress, you're talking about tickling his balls. That might be.
I tell you what, it's bloody hard to go for a piss in a dress. They don't tell you.
Surely it's just lifting.
No, you just hoik it up, can't you?
Did you sit down?
Exactly, that's it. But it's a bit different than normal, isn't it? Normally it's just flies, but it was like up and down.
Did you sit down?
No, I didn't. I did think about it though. It did cross my mind to sit down.
You just didn't commit.
I didn't commit.
Yeah, you should have a lazy sit down one, mate.
You got to go full commitment, mate.
Yeah.
The next thing I'm going to do is nothing to do with news. It's just a John Laurie story. I have to tell it. I was going to tell it earlier. I'm going to do it now because it's fresh in my mind. So I'm just going to do it. Fuck it. I'm going to steal it. I rank this is just nothing to do with vaping, and it's just the most amazing conversation I have with my mum. I ring my mum every Saturday. My mum, I've talked about her on the show before. My mum is a preacher and a member of the Salvation Army, and is as crazy as a bag of frogs sometimes. And she gave me one of the best quotes I've ever heard. So she's retired, and last week for 5 days she went on a coach trip, and it was a coach trip around Chesterfield, and they were staying in hotels and stuff, and then at the end of the trip they got a train home back to Milton Keynes, which is where my mum's from, So as a dutiful son, I said to my mum, how was your week away? How was it? And she said it was quite nice actually. A couple of the my mum's from up north, by the way. A couple of the hotels, the food, it wasn't up too much, but it were okay. It were okay. I don't like tomatoes. I don't know why they put them on your plate. And I said no. I don't. And she said the only thing that ruined it, we were on the way home. We had to get the train. Anyway, when we got to Stony Stratford, train stopped, and I said, "Oh, okay." She said we were there for an hour and a half. Hour and a half, sat there doing nothing. And I said, "Oh, what? Did you find out what it was about?" And she said, "Somebody jumped in front of a train in front of us." And I said, "Oh, so good." And she said, "I know, yeah." This was the first step up to the joke. My mum said, "So selfish." And I had to swallow it. I had to swallow the laugh. I went, right. That's what my thing of making non-committal noises. When someone says something, you don't agree with it, but you just kind of got to just move on. So I said, "Oh, right." And my mum, then I knew I was in for a treat when my mum said the words, "I wouldn't do it like that." And I said, "Sorry?" And she said, "I wouldn't jump in front of a train. If I were going to do it, I'd do it with pills." So me and my wife now have a new game, which is whenever anybody dies on anything, if they jump off like a building, or, into a fireball, we just turn to each other and say, "I wouldn't do it like that. I'd do it with pills." One of the best things I've ever heard.
Bless them. You've got to love the olds, haven't you? They do come out.
She thought that was a reasonable thing to say. Rick, what's your news?
Well, should we just do this quick thing? I'm gonna, before I do my little bit, Bradley, I hear you've got a challenge for everybody.
I do, rather. It has come to my attention that our dear friend John is not a fan of Christmas anymore. He found out only this year, recently, that Santa Claus isn't real. And I thought I'd find a way to cheer him up. So I have just now, put up a post in the iOS group, and I challenge everyone to put up a cheesy Christmas GIF or GIF, depending on how you want to pronounce that one, and tag John. Let's try and bring some Christmas cheer to him.
Oh dear.
Lovely. That will undoubtedly work. That will definitely not
And
infuriate
if you know John, you know just how much that's going to wind him up.
That's gonna be. He's gonna be so Christmassy by the end of the night.
He's going to be happy. He's going to be laughing.
By the end of the night, he's going to have fired me.
All right, swiftly moving on then.
I can see the rage in his eyes.
No, it wasn't that. See, it wasn't that rage. Actually, it was actually because I'm going to bring this up now. Actually, I didn't give a shit. Somebody put in chat, completely missing the joke. Really sorry, Kat, that you missed the joke completely. She put, "So glad you find suicide amusing." I think you missed the point of the entire thing, which is the irony in my mother not understanding that completely, and people are actually just laughing at what my mum said because it's completely ludicrous. So that was why I was actually fucked up.
Well done for clearing it up, John.
No problem.
Yeah, come on. We're only joking. Fuck's sake.
Fuck.
Right, people realise that nothing that is said can be taken seriously.
Yes, news.
Anyway, we had a good thing today. I had a good. I started a little thread on a lovely group, UK Skonkers. Love them, all good. I just want to quickly touch on it in case anybody. I mean, probably most of the people in chat and watching have probably seen the thread. But I put a question up there, and I asked, is it okay to buy products from companies that copy things? Because a lot of these groups are anti-clone. But there's a grey area whether it's okay to support a company that makes authentic stuff if they copy some other stuff as well at the same time. Not in the past, but right now. Is it okay? So I posted that up there and got some really good responses. I just wanted to run through it with you guys. What you
Go for it.
Well, that is it. What did you think of that? I mean, I think I know what you think of the question.
I think well, the funny thing is, we actually outlined this though, Rick, because when we talked about companies that used to copy stuff and now do not, and we all agreed, we went, well, no, I totally agree. What they've done in the past is not correct, but they've learnt from what they've done. They've realised they have to be original. But if you're still nicking stuff, you're still a bunch of cunts.
Yeah, I'm with you on that 100%.
Yeah, like you say, John, it is a case of a few of us. I don't know whether is everybody in the same boat. Started that way with the Snides. We didn't necessarily know better and purchased. I was on. I think we went over this. I was on Planet the Vapes, and I just did not realise exactly what clones were. To be honest with you.
This is what I was saying earlier. I was on Planet of the Vapes, and when I was a newbie, I bought a couple of real atties, but it was quite acceptable to buy a clone if you couldn't get a real thing, you know, and it was all right.
The culture on Planet of the Vapes was certainly 4 years ago. I haven't been on for years since I joined Facebook. The culture on Planet of the Vapes was just that was the thing. That was you couldn't buy the original, so therefore you bought. I didn't know outlets for originals. I knew Planet the Vapes. I knew Planet the Vape classifieds, and that was and people who linked to the websites that sold copies, and that was all I knew. I didn't know where to buy the original, or that even that a clone was necessarily such a direct rip-off of an original. I knew no better, and I was ignorant, and I'm sorry for that. I really sort of kind of am. But that was...
I mean, I had a few clones as well back in when I first started, but it wasn't as bad as it is now. Now there's options. It was quite the normal thing to do, especially on Planet of the Vapes. When I was there, I was not prominent on there. You know, I was on there a lot, and it was just what you did. They sold them on there. You know, there's people that sold them on there. There weren't lots of online shops to go shopping and buy vape gear back then. You bought stuff on the forum. You know,
because I think I bought stuff. No one spoke to me on forums. I was a member of forums, but nobody ever spoke to me, so I just ignored it. And then I got into the social side of vaping from Facebook and actually from Damien with a bloody good vaping. And so I think I had one clone. It was a Hades, I think, like before anything kicked off. But that's it. That's all I ever had. It was shit, so I realised it was shit pretty quick.
I mean, I didn't have a vast amount of gear. I learned pretty quickly, but I did start that way. I had a K-Phone 3.1, and that was probably my first bit of clone gear, and it was all right, but it didn't stay long, and I realised the error of my ways, and I bought a genuine K-Phone when I found out about buying directly from Somesto, and
yeah, I mean, I think about one of the only. I had a couple of clones. I think I had a Kraken, and I had a Typhoon. Bentix as well. I think I got the iGo L was probably the first dripper I bought. RSST.
Yeah, that was a terrible piece of shit, though.
Yeah, but there weren't much else about, was there?
No,
but no. The point is, yeah. So we've established that, haven't we? I mean, if you bought clones when you started out 4 years ago or 5 years ago, it wasn't like buying a clone today. It wasn't, was it?
No,
the market has changed, and people now are far more aware, and it's far more. The information is far more readily available to find the original.
And the original is produced. They're producing enough of them to supply demand generally.
Yeah.
Almost always, not always, but and they're not charging silly money for them. So there isn't really an excuse to copy stuff. So we've got Vandy Vape. Okay, we've got Vandy Vape and I wasn't trying to cause loads of drama with this post. I was just wanted to point out, because lots of people are jumping on with these Vandy Vape squonkers. The Pulse, isn't it? The Pulse.
Yeah.
And I just wondered whether a clone group, where they stood morally on people hand checking things by a company that I can prove has cloned something that I've made. and actively clone it and promote it. So, and it seemed like a good response. Everyone seemed to be behind it. That no, they should go and fuck off. Really, I was quite pleased with that. I just thought I'd touch on that quickly.
You got great support on that thread. I would say it was 99.5% of people were pretty much behind your Brick, and rightfully so. Rightfully so, because I know there was a few people saying, well, and I mean, I'll say it. It's basically it's the polishing jig, isn't it? The polishing rig. That you
I've got a picture. Shall I show a picture of it?
Yes, please.
Yeah. There it is. But that's mine at the top. Been out about, I don't know, probably 6 months, I think. Probably about 6 months.
Yep.
Different to every other one. Yes, it does the same as anything else. There were a few people saying, well, it does the same thing. There's only a certain amount of ways you can make it. But no, there are lots of different ways you can make this, and there are different ones out there. Like
name it
signature tip. Yeah, there's the signature tips one. There's the endless one. Both different. All different in a small way. But I bought this out and called it the polishing rig. Which I thought wasn't that of a generic term. Obviously, polishing is, but calling something a rig isn't the standard sort of thing. Lo and behold, Vandy Vape bring one out and called it the polishing rig. And all they've done is actually change the knurling. It's a one, except for the knurling, it's an exact copy of my one.
And they even got comically a 1-to-1.
And for me, I mean, the O-rings are a different colour. The knurling it's ridged on one. One's got ridged rather than knurled. One's got red rather than black. For me, that's pretty much of a muchness. If you're changing knurling to ridged, you might as well change the colour. That's what I said on the thread, basically, idea.
It's almost like a token change, isn't it? I mean, because personally, I'd rather have knurling. I think other people would. They've made it different.
It's absolute. Why not just go the full hog and just go? Nah, we're pinched there.
Why didn't they just call it the mod maker polishing rig? That's what they should.
Yeah, exactly.
Why didn't they? I would have let them do it. You know, I haven't heard a thing. I'd like to hear from them. I'd like to see what their thinking is behind this. I have emailed them, but I don't expect a response. And it isn't even a big product for us, but it's a little something I designed and made. I was a bit disappointed that a big company would tread all over a little company like mine and copy it, really, especially when they've got the support they've got from people in anti-clone groups, you know.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd just shed a bit of light and show you you're buying your bits off. Sorry, and this is in no way a reflection on the people that are working with Vandy Vape, like Bogan and Tony B. They're nice fellas. I like them both. And they're probably blissfully unaware that Vandy Vape have done this to a small company like mine. So
it's a bit of a shame because they've really had traction these last 6 months with the Pulse 22 and the Berserker slightly more recently, and then this is cloud.
No, I was saying actually, I was actually going to order a Berserker Mini. Until this kicked off, I was going to actually order myself a Berserker Mini, and then I was like, nope.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Right, I've got one right here, John. You can. I've got one right here. You can. No, that you don't even want that. I'll just.
No, I mean it's just a shame. It's just a shame that they've done this because they are making some good stuff. And I just can't get behind them. I can't buy any of their stuff. I couldn't now, you know.
Yeah.
It's just not right. So
you know what the old expression is, Rick? Just have kit. Just have kit.
I mean, it wouldn't be so bad. They could have named it something else as well, but to call it a polishing rig and to even put an authenticity card on it.
It's funny. That is come on, Rick. That is a little bit funny.
You're joking. It comes with an authenticity card.
Yes, yeah. But it's so below their market. I mean, this is a low volume selling little thing. They're selling thousands of mods and atties, and they want to copy my little polishing rig that I've sold a few hundred of. You know, it's ridiculous. You know.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, be interested to hear. So come back to us, Vandy Vape, if you've got something to say about this. It'd be quite nice to hear your side of it. If it's, tell us what your thinking was behind that. John.
No,
James.
Go
Got any news, James?
I've got a few little bits of news. I've got some serious news and I've got some regular news. I've got some bad news actually. Bad news for Italians.
Oh yeah, I did that. I was going to run with that story, and then I saw you got it, and I was like, no, leave.
Well, you can chip in because I'll be honest with you, John. I couldn't find a lot of great information about it.
Yeah. We'll take it. We'll high five over the top of it.
Okay. This is about the new Italian vape tax, and I did a little bit of research, and almost everything was in Italian. And I don't know, whether you've tried to Google Translate Italian. It is not the same as trying to Google Translate.
It worked for me. It worked, and I tried it.
Oh, I think it's a bit like riddle me this. So I did Google, and I was like, oh, this is not. I'm not. I wasn't getting. I felt as though I wasn't getting full facts, and so I'm taking this from the UK Squonklers. This is from Mark Robson's post.
Yeah, go for it.
And I've got some basic facts, which are that there is going to be a €4.55 tax per 10 ml bottle on vaping on juice, on e-liquid, be it containing nicotine or not containing nicotine.
Perfect. Yeah.
Seems a little bit crazy.
I have got no idea how they think they can enforce that, because there's people who make cakes and buy flavourings.
Absolutely. You got to remember, a lot of the flavourings, unless they're pre-mixed, all of the flavourings that we're buying for DIYing are
Cakes.
They're not. A lot of them are not designed for that sort of thing.
They are. I will say they are more and more and more now.
But
you could put it in a cake.
Rebranded anyway. So basically, you're looking at a €4.55 per 10 mils. So we're looking at for instance, a €30 bottle of say 100 ml juice, which would normally cost you €30, obviously. Add on the tax on that, which is looking at €45, 40 more than the price, €45.50, brings that to €75.50 for 100 mils in Italy.
That's terrible. That's disgusting. Yeah. I don't know how they can get away with it. It's just bang out of order.
It's absolutely great. So this information came from Mark Robson, who was speaking to Alessandro of Infinity Mods. And that's where he got his information from. Like I say, there is stuff out there, but it is.
I know we all know what this is really about. I mean, this is exactly the problem that we've all spoken about before. But this is the first move of big tobacco. If you think this has got anything to do with the government, you're insane. It is big tobacco drowning the liquid market.
I think there is pressure. I think there is definitely pressure.
And corrupting the people, and corrupting the policy makers and the rule makers, isn't it?
They've got a lot of say within. I mean, I don't want to get all conspiracy theorist, which I sometimes feel as though.
No, it's not a conspiracy theory.
There's no conspiracy. It's what happens.
Yeah,
if they're giving the government money for whips and legislation, that's what's happening.
And I know very little. However, what I do know is my own preconception of Italians, which is Vespers, cigarettes, and ciao. And another a big smoking culture. And obviously they're a big vaping culture as well. And it's such a shame for them. And I feel as though it's going to drive the market underground. I don't think it'll necessarily harm hobbyist vapers and serious vapers, but it will certainly harm new vapers.
But that's the exact point that we've made loads of times.
Which is more of a problem, really, than harming hobbyist vapers, because you're actually harming health of individuals who want to quit.
Absolutely. And when you look at John's news with that editorial in the Times, and then what seems to be running parallel in Italy, it's two different. What seems like two different worlds here. It's only a stone's throw away.
But we have. Do you know something exemplified this for me the other day? And this is anybody can choose to take this however you wish. There was a fundraiser going on by an American company, and they said, like, I don't know how you type this without realizing how fucking ludicrous it is. So they'd done a fundraiser and they'd raised a lot of money. I'm going to make it up because I couldn't be fucked to read it. So let's pretend it was $50,000. And they said, and this $50,000 is going to be split between the 20 advocate groups. Fuck are you doing? One. Fucking one. Stop fucking about. 20. Are you off your fucking skull? One. Get one.
It's diluted to the point where it's pointless, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. Stop doing stuff like that. It's totally stupid. When we often talk about Ibifta and Gary Dibley, and there is a reason we do that, and we don't acknowledge anybody else because we need one voice. We need one person, and there was only one
because nobody else does anything.
Yeah, and not only that, they're the only ones recognised by the government as the leading body for e-cigarettes in the UK. Fuck the rest. Don't give them your fucking money. Give it to IBVTA. They are the people who are going to do something for you. These are the people I'm not. In America, fuck that. Stop splitting your money. Fuck you doing? 20. Fucking ridiculous.
I think they've disappeared now, the other so-called advocacy groups, aren't they? I haven't heard anything about Billiam Clives or it's the other one. I can't even remember their name now. They didn't even have a stand at Expo, just sitting on their own.
Their name. It's fine. Good, yeah.
Yeah, they've all gone. That's good.
Yes. Fuck them. James.
Yeah. Okay. So I do have some. I have a left-handed squonk update. Now this isn't from the left-handed squonk group. This was, at least I don't think it was. I remember seeing it. Let's see if I can find it. I've got a picture. I have some artwork. Let's see if I can find this.
It's on there. It's on there.
Have you got it?
I'm sharing it.
You sure? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, you are so organised, Rick. This is from Jimmy Crumpton of Baron's Vape Boxes, and this is an actual left-handed skunk, if you like. Is it an let's not go into this again. Is it a left? I don't know whether
it's ambidirectional.
It's an ambidextrous.
It says LHS on it. It's a left-handed skunk.
It's the same as the squirt on the left.
This is exactly. It's an SQRT. It's a squirt.
Oh, okay.
It's a left-handed squog. I am struggling with the left-handed squog movement. Shall we say? This is the latest. This is from a well-respected, well-known UK modder. This is from Jamie Crumpton. Well done, Jamie. You've accomplished sticking LHS on a mod, so they'll be happy. And the lefties going to love you. The lefties should absolutely love you for that.
And the righties will love you for this mod.
Whether you're a thumb firer or whether you are a finger firer, I think that mod was going to left, right, finger or thumb. That mod is right up many pits. And if your name is Lenny Harold Smith, oh, that mod.
For a second there, I thought we were talking about my mum again. As soon as you said left, right, finger or thumb, I thought that's what my mum used to write on toilet walls.
That's not right. So that's me. That's me left-handed.
Yeah, I think appeasing the left-handed squonkers of the world is about as hard as herding cats. So Jamie's done well to get that right.
Yeah, he's done well. He seems like a really good modder. I like the thing. He's quite innovative. I like how he's used the squonk hole in various different ways. You know, he's got the bulb fish. He's got the tiki thing. He's just brought one that looks like
demon thing
or whatever. Pardon?
He's got that demon thing that he pulled out this week.
Yeah. So I like how he's using the squonk hole as if it's a mouth on various things, which nobody else, as far as I'm aware, is doing that sort of stuff. And it's.
What is this mod? I mean, what handed mod is this? This screen mod?
I'd say that's ambidextrous as well. You can put that in any damn hand you want.
They're all. I recently found out this week. I've got the Kio, and I love the Kio. And Brad bought this second-hand off Simon Sawyer's, or traded from Simon Sawyer's, and the card he bought it from Vape Fest, and the card says it's a lefty. And I was speaking to Chris earlier in the week about the shells. He's going to, I think I've mentioned the shells in the past. You can take the entire guts out of this mod and replace this outer white piece with various different colours, be it black, white, stab wood, 3D printed. We've been speaking about it this last week. He's going to be bringing them up in the new year, I think. At a good price. We've talked about put it away. Oh my goodness,
that was 20 quid for Liash.
What just happened there?
That was from Craig.
That is. I mean, is this the official Ohmie number 4? Anyway, I can't remember what I was saying. I saw left. That it doesn't matter. I'll put that down. Okay, so that's my left-handed squawk.
You've thrown James for a 6.
You just don't say that every day. I expected branded boxes. Were they next, John?
No, I don't know what they were. My wife bought. No idea.
That's what I'd like to know. I mean, what handed is that?
Yeah. what end does this go in?
This is a left-handed mech. Look. Yeah. Job done.
Job done. So what was my next thing? My next thing was, because it's Christmas show, this was a few weeks ago, but I thought I'd quickly talk about the Yorkshire pudding on Christmas dinner thread that we had on
fucking people.
Who? What? Stop it.
Can't put Yorkshire
This is important. This is super important news. This is important.
Not with a bird. Not with a bird. You're all wrong. You're all fucking.
Well, no, but you don't. I actually have a bird and I have beef.
We do as well. We have turkey and beef. If
you have beef as well, no, knock yourself out. I've got no problem with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have turkey with just the bird. No, I wouldn't have turkey with just the bird. You've got your carbohydrate element with your potatoes. You don't need the Yorkshires as well.
Here's the thing. Here's what kicked this off. What kicked this off was this year, for the first year in probably the 42 years that I've had Christmas dinner, we're gonna have Yorkshire puddings with our Christmas dinner as a special request. We don't normally, and it's normally also I go to my mother's for Christmas dinner, and obviously when I lived with my mother, I went to my mother's, and it's always been awesome. She does awesome.
Sat in the garden.
She doesn't. Oh, pardon?
You didn't just sit in the garden.
No.
Your mum went, Christmas dinner's coming out, and you went, I'll sit in the garden.
Okay. I will sit in the conservatory for this one. No. So I've always went there, but this year we are having Yorkshire puddings for a change. I'm not sure whether they're going to run the play. So I'll put this question to the iOS people, and I didn't think it was a common thing. However, the information I received was that lots and lots of people like a Yorkshire pudding with the and don't get us wrong, I love a Yorkshire. When I was at Vape Fest last year, I had a Yorkshire. I had a Sunday dinner wrap at the Yorkshire Roast Company, or whatever it's called. Have you seen these on the news in the last few months, where they do basically a Sunday dinner wrapped in a Yorkshire pudding? Have you seen these?
Yes, I have seen that.
Yeah. Can't beat it. That sounds like a winner to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been drinking all day. We've been. I love going to the hills. We've been drinking all day, and it was about 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I had anything since lunch, Brad, apart from liquid. And some lads went for a kebab or for a burger or whatever. And I wanted something a little bit more substantial. I'd seen the advert in the window. I was like, I am having one of them tonight. And it was exactly what it says it was. It was a big Yorkshire.
What is a Yorkshire pudding?
What is he? What?
I thought I was going to get a reaction like that. What the hell is a Yorkshire pudding?
Oh, bad. Have you not had beef and Yorkshire pudding?
I feel like I've been living under a rock all my life. Everyone's going mental in chat about Yorkshire pudding, and I'm just like, you're talking about beef and pudding, and I'm thinking chocolate.
But it's not actually sweet. It's not sweet. It's basically egg and flowers. egg and flour and salt. Is there, there's no milk and milk. Is there milk? Yeah, milk.
So it's a pasty.
No, it rises because of the egg, and it's like a
Yorkshire pudding.
It's like a pancake that rises.
I think I'm going to have to go on holiday to Yorkshire.
Have you ever had a toad in the hole, Brad?
What? A fried egg inside a slice of toast?
Fuck are you on about? What the fuck is
that?
Sausage
in a Yorkshire pudding.
Fuck no!
I've got to just quickly do this. Just going to put this on the screen right now. That is Craig paying me for showing my pants live. Has just been sent over to Leash, so he got another 20 quid.
Well done, Craig. Nice one. I cannot believe this, Brad. It's like South Africa's an entirely different country or something.
It's pretty much, mate.
No, but they said you'll get Yorkshire pudding in London and Croydon. Or
I will track it down tomorrow, and I will put up a picture of me having breaking my virginity.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So anyway, but I looked a little bit. So it was widely received quite well that people would have Yorkshire pudding on the Christmas lunch in the group. A few people were against it, but most people were for it. So I did a little bit more research. I've got some slides from. There was a company actually looked into what you're having for Sunday dinner.
Can I just say, I'm going to reiterate what I said before. I'm going to say it on the show. Because I said it on the post. I didn't give a shit. The only people who have Yorkshire puddings with a turkey are thick people and poor people. That is the only thing I'm going to say.
I believe you said stupid people and chavers.
And chavs.
Chavs, sorry, chavs. Yes, you call them chavs.
A chava, eh? Even I can pronounce a chav.
Yeah, chava. We call them chavers up here. And there was some great responses to that, but I'll not go into that. So anyway, so I did a little bit of research. I'm going to put the results of the research from a bigger company who polled something like 1,600 people to what they would have on a Christmas dinner, and the most popular item on a Christmas dinner is gravy.
You've got to have proper gravy. You've got to make good gravy. It's got to be meat juice. It's got to be a meat juice gravy. It's got to be made properly.
Everybody, I mean, I've got the slides there. I'm not going to put them because it's just lots of tiny writing. It's basically it's a poll with lots of information on there. I'll put them on the group a little bit later. 47% of the 1,600 or whatever people agreed that Yorkshire pudding should be part of it. 2% said beans. Now that is odd. Who has beans?
Beans. See, don't eat any old shit.
I couldn't believe that. Anyway, so I brought that up because it's. I'll put the slides up a little bit later. But that's me. Me Yorkshire pudding crack. I've got one more thing, and I know everybody is basically chomping at the bit, waiting for this segment, and it's Trial Batava.
Things that remind you of vaping, but they aren't really vaping at all.
Yeah. Oh man, Ricky was so slick. That was just beautiful.
Rick's been practicing.
Beautiful. So I have got because this will never die. This will never die. I've got some Try of Batava for this evening's show. Am I going to do this myself, Rick, or do you want to do it?
Yeah, you haven't given me the images, so
okay, no problems. I'll just give that a click, and I'll go screen share. Okay, so we've got some Try of Batava. Let's get them.
Let's go.
How we're doing there? Can we see that? Yeah. This is the first one, and this is from Andy Bradley, and this is a great one. I love this one. This is
I do.
I couldn't work out if it's a modern natty or aftershave. Yeah. It is actually aftershave, isn't it?
So it's aftershave smell like 007, and but how? I mean, it looks like it's got a big goon style drip tip on there. It's some sort of. It's like a flask.
I want that to make a mod out of. You can make a mod out of that. It looks the right size and everything.
And doesn't it look cool?
Yeah.
I mean, it probably smells like horse's piss, but it looks. This was a great. Try of Batava, and we use the hashtag. It's a great reminder of. You see that in the shop, you go, is that dual battery? Is that dual? What's adding on there? So that's my first one, and again, that's from Andy Bradley, I think that was from.
That's a good one, really good one.
Next one, let's have a look. Back there. This is from. And I was expecting number plates. There's always number plates. This is from Anonymous Man on UKS. He posted this on UKS. I don't know whether it was purely coincidental that. And I don't think he'd seen the show. I mentioned I was going to use it on the show, and I mentioned his name. I'll give him the full credit. He was like, "Oh, I'd rather you didn't." And I'm not surprised because it's a black Range Rover with a personalised number plate which says RDA 1. I don't know whether this is some dude whose name is RD. Whose initials are
his name's like Roger
Damien
Alpha.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. When I questioned the dude saying, "Can I use this sort of thing?" he seemed a little bit frightened. So I said I wouldn't use his name. I think it's probably a drug dealer who probably doesn't want his identity revealed. So this is RDA 1. Of course, you're going to like, that's going to remind you of vaping all day, every day, isn't it? Next one that's from Anonymous UPS person. This one has done the rounds a little bit. I've seen this in a couple of different places, and I'm not sure whether this is a thing that reminds you of vaping, but isn't really vaping at all.
I like that one. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's definitely getting a tube there.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether this is things that remind you of vaping, but aren't really vaping at all, or whether this is aliens who used to vape and brought vape. So I'm not sure this is a genuine try of Batava, to be honest with you, because this could just be.
It's a real dilemma, isn't it? It's a real dilemma. Are there vaping aliens out there? I mean, there could be, couldn't there?
I mean, if you type pyramid conspiracy into YouTube, they will probably tell you otherwise. They'll probably tell you.
I remember being in a pub with a couple who are friends of mine and my wife's, and my friend's wife said, "I was watching a documentary." She called it a documentary the other day. And she said, do you know what? They still don't know how the pyramids were built. And I said, they do.
Yes, they do.
I said, they do. And she said, yeah, well, they've got some idea, but it's either that or aliens. So I said, so it's either millions of Jewish slaves being whipped to shit and thrown in the dirt, or aliens. I'm pretty sure, because they found the corpses. I'm pretty sure it's millions of Jewish slaves.
They may have had alien overseers tell them.
Yeah, whipping them.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And this kind of
just for the person in chat, I'm not actually laughing at slavery. What I'm actually doing there is just making an ironic joke about slavery.
I hope that's it. I do hope that somebody is just joking there. So that one, I thought that was really cool. I thought that was right. That could be my new profile picture on this. Yeah. I love that one. I absolutely
very good one.
And it was Chris Kenyon who first posted that. The first person who I saw post that, and that was on iOS. Next one. This is from Dave Smithson. He sent this one to me personally.
This is the one that they put a really dark picture up, or did you put a dark picture?
That was last week. No. That was the one last week I did was, and I know they look very similar.
Who was it? But Brian Blessed doesn't vape.
But that's.
I didn't get it.
Look at it. We are fearless. We shall fight back and vape on the people.
This leprechaun. He doesn't look like that.
This is actually this is Dean. This is Dean, and we've got to give Dean congratulations. Actually, he's now officially the UK's #1 most subscribed to reviewer.
He is. He's just took Mark's mantle, and well done, Dean. Well done, and also, bravo for getting your kid off on the beach and a little bit of snorkeling there, mate.
Bit of snort. Got the old pork snorkel on, hasn't he? There.
The old pork snorkel. Have we got any more? We have got some more. Oh, this one was sent to us. This is by Huge ESA. Was it sent to? No. I picked this up off the group. And this is a little battery man's coffee shop. I think it is.
He's got to fund his battery research one way or another.
Yeah, look at that one. And of course, and this is a true try of Batava, because you'd say that and you would think Mooch, of course.
Mooch.
It's the bad guy. It's the main man. It's the main man.
I think I actually saw. I think there's one down in Brighton. I took a picture once of somewhere that had Mooch on the fascia as well.
I thought that was pretty cool, so I include that one now.
Yeah,
That's from huge years, because this has become a bit of a thing where people kind of contribute and say that get involved.
I like it. Keep chucking it in.
Keep
keep doing it.
I've got another one.
We like
one. This is from Ian Clark. And this kind of reminded him of, I mean, you can sort of see it looks a little bit like this was in a hotel he was in, I think, and it looks a little bit like an Addy. He did specifically see it, which type of Addy it reminded him of. But
you bang a whole bag of cotton bacon in that light bulb and you got a kick-ass coil going.
Yeah, just get your face in the top of there. And
it's like a Chris Bell cap, isn't it?
It is. It's quite a good one. I quite like that. That's from Ian Clark, and that's obviously a light fit. And it's not an Addy. It's not an Addy. It's a thing that reminds you of him. It's a try of Batava. And the last one, this one here, this is Paul Harrison posted this on UBS.
Oh God!
And look, this
is a baby skunk bottle.
It's a baby skunk bottle. We've got a skunk there, baby.
I thought it said bra free then. But with
a Chris Bell, with the cap as well.
Yeah, check it out with the Chris, with the Chris Monk cap.
Yeah.
Again, that's another great one. It's a try of Batava if ever I've seen one.
That's a proper size skunk bottle. That's what we all need, isn't it?
That's what we need. What's that? That must be 500 mils.
I'm gonna have to get one of them for my kid.
Keep me going all day. That would keep me going all day.
Yeah, that's a travel one, isn't it? If you look, it's actually they got the remote nipple there.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the use of this, whether it is.
Yeah, that could be in the back on the pocket on the back of the driver's side seat, and they could have that bit remotely, and they could be having a bit of milk while they were driving along.
I like it. I like it a lot. So that is this week's try of Batava.
This sort of shows how vaping has helped the world, doesn't it? I mean, this is clearly inspired by a skunk bottle.
Clearly. Right, we're on to Brad's news.
My news, am I up? Well, I thought I would change the tone and stick with happy news, because we're always doing legislation and sad and bad and clone.
Except for try of Batava.
Yeah, except for try to I can't pronounce it, so I'm just gonna too many consonants.
It's a catchy acronym.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to stick to our favorite topics, our favorite things to do.
Vaping.
Was that the exit?
Yes.
I'm going to stick to our favorite things, vaping socials, and the upcoming calendar.
Hurrah!
So we've we've got January has been announced up in Scotland. So I don't know who all's coming to Glasgow, but we got Glasgow's meet on the 28th of Jan, which, true to Scottish stereotypes, is being held in a pub.
Yep. Sounds good. Good.
You don't even have to leave the event to go to the bar. You are already there.
Perfect.
And my favourite, they announced the dates for Vape Fest.
Vape
Fest!
Can't wait. Be good.
Hotels booked. Everything's
sorted. Same here. We're booked.
My bag's packed at the door and I'm ready to go. Well, that's the first weekend of August.
Yes.
Yep. And are we all booked up? I mean,
I'm not booked yet. We'll be there. Just that Nick will be there as a vendor again. But I will be there. I'm going to be working on the stall this year because I'm not on the committee, so I'm going to be on the stall. And I'm calling the raffle. They booked me this year to do next year, so I'll be calling the raffle again, same as every year.
Shouting out at more lumberjacks and lesbians, will we be?
And geography teachers.
That went down well.
Yeah, no, he really didn't like me, did he? Oh.
No, but I think that's par for the course, isn't it?
I don't care. I'm gonna do it again.
You've got to suffer for your winnings, haven't you? That's the
Yeah, fuck it. If everybody won a prize, it's going to be me. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Can't wait. Absolutely can't wait. Always.
It's exciting. It's exciting. On the night that it was, because Richard PM'd us to ask for permission to vote. Sorry, to post on the group. And on that night, I slept for about 3 hours. It was ridiculous. I went to bed going, oh, Vape Fest. And then I woke up at about 5 o'clock going, oh, Vape Fest. It was ridiculous. I mean, like childish. I mean, it's 8 months away. It's 8.5 months away, and I am unable to sleep on the night that it's announced. That's not right. That's not right. What is wrong with me?
It is the social of the year.
Yeah,
by a lot.
Of course. I mean, last year's Vape Fest was the first time I met Brad. We were outside the premiere, and I was just, I was so excited. And I'm because I didn't realise that how epic that Friday is.
Yeah.
I was expecting the big event to be Saturday, and I didn't realise how integral to the weekend Friday is.
Oh, it's big.
Well, I didn't make last. Did I make last Friday? I didn't make
Yeah,
Friday.
yeah. You were standing there, Rick. You had on you had on a suit jacket and a pair of
Premier bin.
I can't remember where we went now. Did we go out then? I can't remember.
In.
It was at the PI. Yeah, it was.
You must have had just enough to drink.
Yes. I came down. I drove down, had a couple of beers, and went, didn't I?
You did. I So anyway, so we're there. Mark Todd's there. You chaps there. John wasn't there. You weren't there at that point.
John was there.
Not early. You weren't there early, were you?
Early doors. Got caught in traffic for fucking ages.
I'm out Friday night and Saturday night this year.
So this was early, and Mark Todd was there, and I'm standing there going, "That's Mark Todd. He's just standing there and drinking like a normal dude." And I was kind of a little bit shell shocked and kind of and blown away by it. And he spoke to us, and he knew who I was, and it was awesome. It was super awesome. And I spoke to a few other people, and one of the people I spoke to was Brad. I spoke to Brad for like 3/4 of an hour or something like that.
Yeah, we were pretty pickled by the time you and I were done chatting.
And I was like, and I didn't know you at all, Brad. And I was like, what a lovely bloke. It's so easy to talk to. And so when you were announced as kind of, it's been going on for a few weeks, this whole me and you being the new hosts.
Aye.
I was just so pleased because that initial, first impressions kind of last. And my first impression of you was just like, what a lovely bloke. Like
that is why I plied you with liquor the first time I met you. As long as whenever I meet someone I ply them with alcohol, then they like me.
Work the trick. Good plan.
We've got to carry on with Brad's news. We are an hour and 50 minutes in.
Sorry.
That is all my news. My news is Scotland. My news is Vape Fest, and I'm done.
Perfect. And then I think we're on to, have we got Troll of the Week or have we not? I've seen it.
Did we get a Troll of the Week?
No, it's in the script, but I think it was just a copy. So we're going to go with. He started it.
There we go.
Hey,
look at that.
It's that time of the week again, isn't it? Look, I'm not even going to have a screen. I'm just going to go straight onto that. Yes. Okay. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Get rid of that. Yes, got some good mods to show you this week. If I can find them. Here they are. Right, I've got 3 to show you. Is that too loud or not?
Maybe a bit lower. But it's okay. It's all right. I like it.
You're still not getting it right.
That'll do. Anyway, right. I've got some pictures to show you of some lovely modders' work. And the first one I'm going to show is Herbie McCubbin. He made a nice mod this week.
I do like that.
That is stunning.
There's some lovely etching on there, isn't there? He makes a good mod, Herbie. That's Infiniome. And He polishes these things to mirror finish as well.
I
They're
watched
really,
the video when he
really
that he
very
put
nice.
up with that mod, and the first thing I thought was, I would have to own gloves.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fingerprint magnet. There's no question of that.
With that etching on the front of the dog. Great.
Well, we're seeing this, these parallel. I think I've said it before, and we all know it's going to be parallel mods are going to hit in a big way. I think soon enough. And this is just a great example of what you can have. You know, if you want a bit of extra battery power, battery life, you'll get it with this. So great work, Herbie. Very nice indeed. And next up, I saw another mod this week that I really like the look of, and it's by a guy called Mel Watkinson. He put a post up on the group.
How old is he?
He's young. I was surprised actually how young he was. I think. Hang on, let me have a look. Let me look on the back of the photo. Yeah, he is age 5 3/4.
Oh, look at that!
So, I mean,
He's doing well.
He managed to colour in between the lines.
He definitely must have. He definitely had some help, I think, from his dad with that one. But no, he made a lovely mod there, and I think it's just a nice thing. And he posted it up.
Nice. It's even laser engraved.
Yes, yeah, he's got a bit of branding going on. I'm not sure what the branding's for. I'm not sure if he sells them. I don't know anything about the guy, but he made a nice mod, and I like to show these things. So yeah, good work, Mel. Really nice.
Yeah, bro.
Finally, one more mod to show from somebody we all know, and the owner is somebody we all know as well. And this mod was made last week.
Yeah.
And Richard Vick is lucky enough to own this mod.
Yeah.
So Scott Bonner.
He's only going to own it for us until the day I see him using it, and then the South African in me is going to come up. I'm going to steal it.
Yeah, good man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. No, it's interesting to see Scott changing the shapes of these blocks. Yeah, I think it's nice. Really good.
It's
interesting
it's
shape.
And it's really, and we spoke to Richard, and Richard said how comfortable this mod is. It's ridiculous.
That's why I'll be interested to hold it to see, really. Yeah, I mean, it's still got edges on it, hasn't it? I mean, maybe I might like to see these edges taken down a little bit. But that's being so picky. It's a beautiful thing anyway, isn't it? I mean,
I think it's perfect. I think it's absolutely perfect. I think he's doing such a great job. When he first said this is a proto, the last one, not this one. I know he says he's got a little bit of work doing on to kind of refine the electrics go inside the actual mod to make his life a little bit easier. The shape is just it screams high end. Screams high end.
It does, doesn't it? It really is a very nice thing.
It is. His wood is beautiful. You know, he's stabilising these blocks. It's all in house. I mean, between you and him, it's pretty much everything is between you and him.
It is, I think, actually. Yeah, I mean, he makes these lovely blocks. He shapes his stuff, and I think it's full of parts as well.
Yeah.
So
that's what I think as well.
I won't say that means it's quality because of my parts. It's quality because of what he does with these pieces of wood. You know, not my bits, but yeah, fantastic, really beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good work, Scott. Keep it up, mate. Keep moving with it. We love these. We all want them.
It's been really great. It's been brilliant to see Scott selling stuff as well.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't buy a mod off of Scott Bonner? I mean, he's the godfather of vaping. I mean,
I like the fact
and he's a lovely bloke.
I've just realised my boss is in chat being a prick.
Is your boss trolling everyone in chat?
But John is staying at the townhouse, so you know where to avoid, which means that's my house. Trying to see what the fuck is love you, twat.
But anyway,
come down the pub, you know. Yes.
That was Mod Showcase of the week. I hope you enjoyed that.
Fantastic.
And wait. And there we are. I'm back in the. So yeah, if you like what you saw, get yourself over to www.facebook.com and search for Mod Showcases. Go and join, have a look, see what these lovely people are making, because they're knocking it out of the park. All of them, all these modders are making some great stuff. Don't buy your mainstream crap. Vandy Vape, Pulse, piece of shit. Buy a real one. Buy a real modder.
And that's all we got time for, I think, this week.
Is that it?
I think that's awfully impressive.
I think that's it.
1 hour and 56 minutes.
Yeah.
Another a huge welcome to the fifth Ohmie, Bradley Bob.
Yeah.
And
Thank you very much.
We will see you next Thursday. I think
We will. If you've got nothing better to do.
Is that it? It seems like we're just gonna we're just cutting this off a little bit. Like there's the.
You can say whatever you like, James. That's the
Take it away, James. There you go.
See, I have nothing to say. But apart from it, it's great to have Brad on board. And this is probably the only show out of however many of the next shows we'll be doing that will come in under the 2 hour mark. So consider yourself lucky you're getting an early finish because.
Oh, and I will say a quick one from all of us, which I'm sure everybody's going to be well on board with, which is a Merry Christmas.
Merry
Oh, yes.
Christmas.
We almost didn't say that then, didn't we? Yeah.
No.
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
thank you very much for supporting the companies that we run and thank you so much for the support you've given us in the group. I'm sure we'll do a more gushy thing next week when it's the end of the year. But for now, have a very Merry Christmas, whatever you're up to.
Definitely stay safe and enjoy your Yorkshire puddings if you're going to have them with your Christmas dinner.
Yeah,
We don't mind, really. We poke a bit of fun at this. We poke fun. It's all good. Enjoy your family, enjoy your beers, enjoy your food. Have good fun. See you later.
Have a Merry Christmas. Goodbye. See you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday.
Bye.